Let's admit it, when we're flexing our biceps in front of the mirror, healthy living isn't exactly the first thing on our minds. It's that feeling, it's seeing the veins pop, the shoulders round out, the abs finally showing through. It's satisfying, it's validation, because behind the reflection is months, maybe years, of effort, pain, and sacrifice. But here's the question: when does pride become obsession? And when does bodybuilding stop being healthy, not for your body, but for your mind? Before we dive in, drop a comment below. What made you start lifting? Was it health, aesthetics, confidence, or something else? That moment in front of the mirror, it's addictive. When progress is visible, it boosts your confidence, your mood, even your sense of self-worth. It's a high that no pre-workout can match. But here's the flip side. That same mirror can become your worst enemy. You start nitpicking, obsessing over lighting, angles, and bad days. You forget how far you've come because all you can see is how far you think you still have to go. This is what psychologists call body dysmorphia, and it's unsurprisingly common amongst lifters. Even when you're in the best shape of your life, you can feel like you're falling behind. That's the trap. The mirror becomes a judge instead of a tool. Let's be real. Most of us started lifting because we wanted to look better. Nothing wrong with that. Aesthetics can be a great motivator. But should it be the main goal? If your only purpose in the gym is to chase aesthetics, you'll always be chasing, because aesthetics evolve. What you thought was enough last year won't be the next. There's always someone bigger, leaner, or more shredded on your feed. That's why the smartest approach is balance. Make your physique a medium-term goal, something that rewards your consistency without consuming your life. Focus on performance, longevity, and health alongside it. Because when you focus only on looks, you can start sacrificing what actually matters: your mental health, recovery, and overall happiness. We've all felt it, the post-pump ego boost. You walk out of the gym feeling unstoppable. Compliments start coming in, maybe your crush start noticing you, and suddenly you feel seen. The confidence is good, in moderation, but when it turns into arrogance, that's where problems start. You start comparing, you measure your worth and sometimes even others by physical appearance. And you forget something crucial. You weren't always like this. You once looked up to the version of yourself that you now become. Staying humble is key, because the moment you forget where you started, you also forget why you started. Then there's the other extreme, dissatisfaction, when no matter how much you improve, it never feels enough. You start associating success and happiness with your physique. The scale, the mirror, the lighting, they dictate your mood. That's when bodybuilding becomes dangerous, not physically but psychologically. You're no longer lifting for yourself, you're lifting against yourself. You forget to appreciate the small wins. You forget that progress isn't linear, it's messy, unpredictable, and human. And here's something you can't measure in the mirror: your consistency. Every time you go to the gym when you don't want, when you don't feel like it, when you've had a rough day, slept horribly, and it's raining outside, but you go anyway, something magical happens. That's what builds not just muscle, but character. Bodybuilding is supposed to be about self-improvement, discipline, structure, and pushing your limits. But sometimes, what starts as a healthy pursuit turns into an obsession. When you spend every day chasing the perfect physique, there's a point where it stops being about health and starts being about control. Body dysmorphia, specifically muscle dysmorphia, also known as bigorexia, is when you look in the mirror and no matter how much muscle you've built, you still see yourself as small, weak, or not good enough. It's the mirror becoming your worst critic. You could be benching twice your body weight, walking around at 6% body fat, and still hate what you see. Every skipped meal feels like a failure. Every missed workout feels like you're shrinking. You stop training for yourself and start training to silence the voice that says you're never enough. Social media makes it worse. Constant comparison, highlight reels, filters, perfect physiques everywhere. The line between motivation and obsession becomes thinner and thinner every day. Muscle dysmorphia isn't just mental, it affects your whole life. Relationships take a hit, self esteem drops, and sometimes it leads to dangerous choices: steroids, crash diets, overtraining, or complete burnout. Because in the mind of someone with bigorexia, there is no finish line, just a never ending pursuit of a body that exists in your imagination. It's a reminder that fitness should build you up, not break you down from the inside. Let's talk about something most people don't mention: how bodybuilding actually affects your dating life, and how the fitness mindset shapes the way we see relationships. On the positive side, there's no denying that having a good physique can make things easier socially. When you take care of yourself, it shows, and it naturally makes you more confident and approachable. Whether it's meeting someone at the gym, out with friends, or even online, their first impression can often open the door to conversation that might not have happened otherwise. It creates a positive environment. People see discipline, self-respect, and effort, and that's attractive qualities no matter what. But there's a flip side to this. Bodybuilding can subtly change how you view others. When you put so much time and energy into sculpting your body, it's easy to start valuing physical appearance above everything else. Even subconsciously, you must start dismissing potential partners just because they don't meet your visual standards, even if they might actually be compatible in deeper ways. Having preference is totally fine. Attraction is personal. But giving a chance to someone you wouldn't normally swipe right on might actually surprise you, or simply confirm what you already felt. Either way, you grow through the experience rather than letting looks alone define your choices. Now, let's add social media to the mix. And this is where it gets complicated. The dating pool today isn't just about real life interactions anymore. It's a digital marketplace where looks and status dominate. Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and dating apps have amplified what we perceive as ideal. In the fitness industry, especially, this is huge. Perfect lighting, edited physiques, and constant validation loops have reshaped expectations for both men and women. The truth is, most women are attracted to a small percentage of men, the ones who appear to have it all: looks, confidence, and status. And with social media, that pool gets even smaller because those few men now have access to hundreds or even thousands of women from all over the world. Meanwhile, the average guy, even if he's in great shape, can find himself overlooked. For men, this can lead to frustration or even insecurity despite all the physical progress. And for women, it can create unrealistic standards and a constant comparison trap that makes genuine connection harder to form. Now, obviously, this goes both ways, and women experience exactly the same issues that men do. So, in the end, bodybuilding can improve your confidence and help you stand out. But it's important to remember that what truly builds long term attraction isn't just physical, it's energy, mindset, and how you make others feel. And no amount of muscle can replace that. Something powerful happens every time you choose what's right over what's easy. Every time you resist the temptation to skip the gym, binge watching Netflix, or doom scroll through Instagram, you're training your mind, not just your muscles. That's the real transformation, not the mirror, not the scale, but your discipline. The true psychological benefit of bodybuilding isn't the pump, it's the process. It's the battle between who you were and who you're becoming. Because that mindset, the one you build under the barbell, will carry over into every part of your life. So, where's the sweet spot? Use aesthetics as a motivation, but not obsession. Appreciate confidence, but don't let it become arrogance. Strive for longevity, but don't lose your spark for the now. Because bodybuilding isn't just about building your body, it's about building your mind. If this message hit home for you, do me a favor. Drop a comment with the biggest mental challenge you faced in your fitness journey. Like this video if you've ever felt that love-hate relationship with the mirror. And if you're serious about building a stronger body and a stronger mind, subscribe because this is just the beginning.